Hello. Currency C-drama greets you. Chinese drama Gen Z EP 16. The next morning, Sun Taotu went to the antique shop where Ren Tianzhen sold the pendant yesterday. The shop was still closed, and Sun Taotu noticed that Linglin was also there. Both of them understood without saying a word, knowing why the other person appeared here. Linglin asked the shop owner about the pendant Ren Tianzhen sold here yesterday. She was prepared to buy it back at the original price. The shop owner said that the item was sold last night, and even the surveillance cameras were broken, though they couldn't find it at all. Linglin felt that the shop owner was playing tricks and being dishonest, but she had no evidence, so she could only bear the loss silently. Linglin returned home and kept spacing out. Ren Xinzheng noticed that something was wrong and asked what was going on. Linglin stuttered and said that it seemed like their child's chest badge was really lost. Ren Xinzheng finally understood that it must be Ren Tianzhen who had done something wrong. He angrily went to Ren Tianzhen's room and gave him a severe scolding. He punished Ren Tianzhen for being careless and losing things from a young age. The pendant was so important to him, yet he managed to lose it. He demanded to know where Ren Tianzhen went yesterday and where exactly the item was lost. Ren Xinzheng became angrier as he spoke, but Sun Taotu couldn't bear to let Ren Tianzhen and Ren Xinzheng ruin the Mid-Autumn Festival with such tension. She immediately stepped forward and whispered that she took Ren Tianzhen's belongings because she was a bit tight on money recently, so she stole the items and sold them to a pawnshop. Ren Xinzheng was very angry and immediately punished her by making her stand in a fixed position. Sun Taotu obediently went out and stood in a horse stance without saying a word. The sun was shining brightly, and this time she truly endured the punishment under the scorching sun. Linglin asked Ren Tianzhen to provide some support for Sun Taotu's waist, but Sun Taotu refused, afraid that Ren Xinzheng would become even angrier if he saw it. So Ren Tianzhen decided to share the punishment with Sun Taotu. Linglin went to speak to Ren Xinzheng, trying to persuade him to not be so harsh on Ren Tianzhen in the future, to refrain from physical punishment and verbal abuse, and to have a proper conversation instead. Linglin was about to let the two of them take a break when Sun Taotu suddenly fainted. Ren Xinzheng immediately instructed Linglin to use moxibustion to help Sun Taotu regain consciousness. Sun Taotu had a weak digestive system, so Ren Xinzheng prepared 2 sets of medicine for her. Sun Taotu slowly regained consciousness, and she told Ren Tianzhen that the reason Ren Xinzheng was strict with him was because he loved him. She also mentioned that Ren Xinzheng could understand any mistakes she made, except when it came to Ren Tianzhen. This alone proved it. In the end, Sun Taotu expressed her deep admiration for Ren Tianzhen and urged him to be sensible in the future. She emphasized that he was the only child in the family and the only grandson of the 2 elderly people at home, and without him it would be less lively and boring. On the first day of the Mid-Autumn Festival, Shuming's parents called Ren Xinzheng, informing him that Shuming was missing. Shuming's mother had taken a break from work and invited many relatives to have a gathering at home. She wanted Shuming to come out and meet the relatives, but Shuming ran away from home instead. Ren Tianzhen went with his father to Shuming's house and learned about the situation. Ren Tianzhen was very angry and criticized Shuming's mother for forcing her child. He believed that she should consider their perspective, respect their decisions, and give them freedom. Ren Xinzheng immediately stopped Ren Tianzhen from saying more, and Ren Tianzhen ran out to find Shuming. Sun Taotu and Ren Tianzhen searched the whole day, but they still had no clues. When they returned home in the evening, there was still no sign of Shuming. Ren Tianzhen softly called out Mingming's name in the narrow corridor at home, and the door slowly opened. Shuming was really at home. Ren Tianzhen patiently called out Shuming's name. Never before had he seen his son so earnestly. Linglin even felt a bit angry and immediately called for a family meeting. In front of the family, Linglin announced that there shouldn't be so many girls in the house and asked Ren Xinzheng to call Shuming's parents. She wanted Shuming to return home the next day. This time, Shuming had run away on her own. What if one day she ran away from the clinic? How would they explain it to Shuming's parents? Linglin's reasoning made sense, but Ren Tianzhen immediately stood up and said that if Shuming was really going to be kicked out, he would move out and live with Shuming. Linglin was furious, and in the evening, she couldn't contain her anger when she saw Ren Xinzheng. However, Ren Xinzheng tried to console her, saying that women shouldn't be too narrow-minded. If Ren Tianzhen was really doing it for the sake of his patients, it showed the spirit of a benevolent doctor. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.